as a general reference. You want to see that lead arm across the shoulder plane. But then from there, if you're trying to drag this right arm in.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So Tobes, one of the most commonly analysed positions, I would say, by, let's say, someone who's been playing golf for a while, and they think that they want to try and get a little bit more distance or compression in the golf ball, is by the time that this club shaft is parallel with the ground, we would generally see the professional golfer have the hands somewhat in front of the trail leg from this face-on perspective.
Spot on. Yeah.
But we see a lot of amateur golfers get into this one here.
Yeah, well, we see a lot of, especially amateur golfers, try to get there.
Yeah.
You know, how many people have we seen on the range just doing this all day long, right? Now, if you see me doing that, right, Kerrod, you'll see me straight away. I'm actually putting pressure into my trail side, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of right side bend here unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but it looks like you're putting your body under quite a bit of pressure there as well.
Under a lot of pressure as well, but that is, it's so much more going on when we're trying to copy a still image here.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will put this emphasis, right, which is why I wanted to do this video with you today, on the right arm here. Because I want to get that right arm tucked in a lot. And they're really neglecting, for me, what our topic area is today, is to try and get that lead arm to be the main contributor here.
Yeah,
you know, I think we forget that, right? So this brings a multitude of problems I see amongst a lot of students that come to me. What are you trying to do, Toby? Like, I asked them, what are you trying to do? I'm just trying to get this in here. And I go, well, we're in trouble.
Yeah. And there's a huge relationship between how much lag and load you put on the golf club. But we're going to talk about the lead arm role in the golf swing. And very simply put, just from this face-on perspective, the average professional here, they move their lead arm probably about 15 to 20 degrees across their chest in the backswing. That's it. So the hands stay relatively in front of the chest. Then they combine that with a wrist hinge and a pivot, which gives them that backswing look. Now, essentially, they would have a bit of a dynamic stretch, would make it longer rather than just doing it static like that.
Yes.
But the arm essentially moves up as well, doesn't it?
Up.
It doesn't
That's
just move
it.
across.
Yes.
So it moves up in this fashion.
Yes.
So I want you to run me through, first of all, what a pro does in
Yes.
regards to the upward movement. And then let's relate it back to this look that so many players are trying to get, this fake lag, trying to drag it in there, which just causes so many errors.
Yes, I'm so glad we're talking about this. So basically, what we see a lot of all things being equal as well, is that the body moving this way will help that lead arm come forward, which will then help that trail arm come forward as well. So what the professional golfer does, take a club to the top of the backswing, is from here, as they shift this way here, that lead arm is also generating speed and coming back down across the chest. So it's going from, it goes across the pec and then it comes back down in front, yes? And then also there to there. That way there. That's the one that a lot of people are neglecting today. And it does a lot for us if you can start to train this properly.
Yeah, and couldn't agree more. Now, a simple reason that we decided to do this video here today is because I think there's a very common misunderstanding of how to get that compressed impact look. And we were kind of talking last night about the guys that are trying to get this impact position by softening the right arm. And don't get me wrong, time and place, you might be able to work on getting that feel of impact, but it's all relative to everything and how it fits together. So as you get to the top of the swing, there's an amount of lead arm moving across the chest, an amount of it elevating slightly. And that would position, let's say, the hands higher, someone like a JT, right? Or lower, someone like a Cooch. Now, there might be somewhere in between. As a general reference, you want to see that lead arm across the shoulder plane. But then from there, if you're trying to drag this right arm in.
Oh, God. Yeah.
If you are trying to pull the handle, if you're trying to get the wrists doing a certain orientation, it's not an athletic dynamic movement, and the sequencing of what happens in impacts is going to be really tough, really tough.
There is a multitude of errors that could happen from that. It's not, that will produce a lot of inconsistent shots, not a consistent ball flight by all means. No, you're in a lot of trouble. So you want to get into the training aspect side of things?
Yeah, perfect. So when we're setting up to it, run me through it.
Okay, so what we're trying to do here is that I will take away straight away, so take me down to that position that you were doing. I would take away, come down to the club shaft parallel, not to use a technical coaching term there, but come down to there. I would take this completely out of your training vocabulary thinking. Simply just don't do that. If you find that you're someone who's been doing this for a long time, you wouldn't be as well organized as Kerrod is here, right? You'll be definitely more there, right? Now, what I will simply like to do is just get an impact bag, you know, a really, really old school form of training, and train the unloading of that arms and what it feels and looks like into the ball. So what I want to do is I talk about a lovely long lead arm into the shaft at impact.
Yeah, couldn't agree.
Yeah, and to get that, I can't get that if, you know, if I just jump in here, right? If I can't get that if I'm there, right?
Yeah.
That's not coming into the ball. So when I get into impact, and if you come in now, I would be, you know, unfortunately I wouldn't have the benefit of an impact bag with us here because we're on the road. But if you were to just have a practice swing and feel like you're hitting into an impact bag and then just unloading everything, you know, you don't go to throw a golf ball like this.
Correct.
You know, everything's got to unload. Yeah. So that good checkpoint for me is if you come into impact again, is train hitting into a bag, train letting go, train loading. A lot of the tour professionals, they're not trying to hold on, they're trying to get everything out of the bag. They're trying to hit it, right? So we want to see this lead arm directly kind of underneath the shoulder like that there, into a nice long left leg. It will still probably carry a little bit of flexion, but that lead hip will be over that lead knee, over that lead ankle through there, and then that'll help end up generating a little bit of shaft lane through a lot of other combination things with that trail side.
Yeah, if you're trying to get a feeling of this, guys, and you want to relate it to something that everyone can do, is simply just make some baseball swings and try and get a maximum amount of whip. Now, don't really worry about at what stage relative to a golf ball that's happening, but you will feel the maximum point of extension of whip. This gets long. This comes off your chest. You're not seeing someone do this the whole time. They're not keeping that lead arm pinned and spinning around. Now, Tobes, you mentioned impact bag. I've got a great one that I've been using recently with players to get the feeling of unloading the chest. Now, do not mistake this for casting. Do not mistake this for casting. Casting is a club shaft and forearm relationship, okay? It is not the feeling of getting the club unloading underneath your body. A great exercise is to get to the top, and without an impact bag, you've got to try and get that club hitting the ground behind your back foot. What this does is this gets the ultimate feeling of keeping the chest closed for longer and the lead arm coming down. Now that is simply a practice exercise because this is the polar opposite to the lead shoulder getting high and open and the right arm getting bent. So, Tobes, if you come back here, I just want you to watch what my lead arm does. Position. So jump behind me. Have you seen this one before?
No, I haven't actually. No, it's new to me.
Yeah, so as we get to the top, feel like the chest is back and then the arms are coming down. Now, this is one of those dry drills, those exaggerations. You're not going to try a golf ball doing this, guys. But we're at the top, our chest is rotated back, which also encourages it. And then from there, you're trying to get the club hitting back and behind your right foot. Now, notice I'm not taking a big old slog. I'm simply getting the sensation of the club unloading, which then keeps my chest back. And like Tobes was saying, the lead arm coming off.
Yeah. So what I saw there, right, was that lead arm was rising, goes rising in the backswing, and then I saw it coming directly back down off that chest. What I didn't see, right, was you trying to keep it there, pinned across the chest. It's got to race its way back down there. So I think for you, that exercise that you've just delivered there is really good for incorporating the arms, getting off the disconnection, and kind of getting them fastening up. And I think the impact one is really, really good to try and help keep that movement dynamic, which is going to help sling those arms down there as well and unload into the bag.
Love the word sling. Love it. And the main reason being is at the moment of impact, if you look at any professional golfer, the arms will be relatively long. There might be a bit of flex in the trail arm, but the arms will be relatively long. But take note of this. In the setup, the arms are long. In the backswing, the trail arm will fold approximately 90 degrees. The lead arm will stay straightish. And then as it comes down, guess what happens? They lengthen out again, don't they? So if you are trying to drag and hold that trail arm in, this 0.25 of a second between the top of the backswing and impact, you're going to do that. It's going to be a late subconscious flip and it's going to be a tough time.
And let's reiterate, right? We see that with a professional golfer. We pause the screen, we have a look and we go, that's what they look like there. I need to be there. But they have done so many beautiful things within their golf swing to get themselves to organize there. That to me, someone doing this right is like Usain Bolt runs in 10 seconds, 100 meters. So I should be running 10 seconds, 100 meters. Like that is 95% of the golf swing, you know, like already completed to there, maybe 80, right? So of course they're going to look great and organised from there. If you're trying to chase that and you're not there, well, there's other things going wrong in your golf swing, and you need, if you've been doing that for some considerable amount of time, you need to really consider these arm exercises that we've spoken about today.
Yeah, okay. So let's blend it all together. What I'm going to do is, we don't have an impact bag on us here today, which I would recommend if you have either of the two. You can get a pillowcase, you can fill it with old sheets, something similar.
Yep.
But I'm just going to do a variation of it, which was the one that I showed of hitting behind. If I'm a player who gets in here, this trail arm is bent, the lead shoulder's high, and I'm really struggling with contact, I'm going to swing to the top, very slowly and consciously feel that the arms are unloading off the chest.
It's nice.
Which is very different. Look at the right arm
I'm gonna use that.
lengthen, and then as I set up to it, I'm going to simply recreate that feel.
Is it okay if I take that drill, Kerrod? Start using it?
Mate, it's all yours.
Thanks, mate.